نعلن بأن كل استهداف لأبناء شعبنا الآمنين في بيوتهم دون سابق إنذار سنقابله آسفين بإعدام رهينة من رهائن العدو المدنيين لدينا، وسنبث ذلك مضطرين بالصوت والصورة. وإننا إذ نعلن عن هذا القرار لنحمل أمام العالم العدو الصهيوني وقيادته مسؤولية هذا القرار.
That's the video of her getting. Listen how people are happy. It makes no sense. Yeah, it's horrible to understand that people can be that cruel.
At 9 a.m. She texted us that there's our terrorists in the roads of the kibbutz, shooting, shouting. That's the last message we got from her. And then we lost contact. We couldn't reach her anymore. I have other family that lives in the kibbutz, so we heard from them the horrible things that are happening, that people are getting killed and kidnapped, and houses are getting broken and burned to ash. And we hoped to get good news. And then at 5 p.m., after the IDF got into the kibbutz and started to take people out, my aunt asked them to check about my grandmother, and they went there, and the house was completely broken. And we found a video of her taken away with 3 or 4, I don't know, armed guards with next to her. The picture it's not like we could think it's someone else. It was very clear it's her. And that's the last thing we know from her. No one knows anything else.
מסתכלת. Okay.
I have no way to explain it. I have no way. I can't even start to understand how people think it makes sense to kidnap an 85 years old lady, kidnap babies, kidnap kids. I don't get it. I don't think there's anyone that can understand it. It's an animal action. It's not human.
A small picture of her. I don't know if it works. That's my grandmother, and that's her kids. That's my father, his brother, and his sister. She's strong. She's a strong lady, and you can see there she's sitting, trying to show them she's not afraid and she's not hurt. And you know, if they will take her with her pride. And that's the kind of woman my grandmother was. It's my father and my mother. She's ill. She's taking a lot of medicines every day to keep her alive and to try to maintain her pain, because she's suffering from a lot of pain. And we don't know how long she can stay without her medicine. And I do know that every minute that she doesn't have her medicine, she's in a lot of pain and she's suffering. And you know, I'm sure she's very scared, and I'm sure she feels very alone. And that's not a way to live when you're 85 They've been taken away from your bed, from your house. That's not a way to suffer this trauma, this pain, and I don't know how long she can survive like this.
Yeah, that's her. I have a message, I have a hope that they will understand that these people have done nothing wrong. They will bring them back home. I hope they treat them okay. Please bring them back home for us. They have done nothing wrong. I'm her granddaughter and I give you permission to use this, of course. It's not like I took it. I took it from Facebook, so yeah. Maybe the Hamas needs to give permission.
All right.
I hope they treat them okay. Please bring them back home. She texted us that there's terrorists in the roads of the kibbutz, shooting, shouting. That's the last message we got from her. We found a video of her taken away with 3 or 4, I don't know, armed guards. And that's the last thing we know from her. No one knows anything else. She's ill. She's taking a lot of medicines every day to keep her alive and to try to maintain her pain because she's suffering from a lot of pain. And we don't know how long she can stay without her medicine. I don't think there's anyone that can understand it. It's an animal action. It's not human.
Terrorized. It's. I don't think everyone ever has felt such terror and such helplessness when you're taken away from your boyfriend, from your loved ones to some place unknown with terrorists. And I can't imagine what she's going through right now, traveling with those terrorists in Gaza, waiting for someone to send help. It is. We all want to believe that it's not, but you can't deny it. It's just her face, her clothes, and it's her boyfriend. Like, you can see him very clearly. You can see very clearly that it's her. It's been nerve-wracking to just feel hopeless. You can't do anything. It's the most helplessness I've ever felt.
בן זוגה שלי ביט. ההורים שלי לא ביחד עם בן זוגה כבר 20 שנה. הצליחו לפרוץ עוד כל כך הרבה ממ"דים, את קולטת? הממ"דים לא עוזרים. לא עוזרים.
My mom was on the phone saying that she hear people coming and went into the safe room within a house. Every house in the kibbutz and the community where they live have a safe room for basically to protect them from shelling and rockets, that this is a normal routine for them. She said she heard too many things and she is understand what's going on, and she went in. At 9:30, her phone gone quiet and we didn't heard from her since. Footage coming from actually Palestinian media by Palestinian reporters starting to show, footage, disturbing footage from her front lawn. And then I can really see the level of devastation and what's going on live on camera. And that is where my heart started to sink, because I knew it's going to be bad. I didn't know how bad, I didn't know what's the situation. We just prayed that we couldn't get hold of her because it's some kind of, outage of security reasons. There is no phones and we can't get hold of her, and she's safe in the safe room. But when the army in the end got hold of the situation, that was by around 4 p.m. that we got message saying that they went into her house and she is not in. They only saw bloodstains and that was it, and they have no more information to report. We know she's not on the dead list, we know she's not on the injured list, we know she's not on the survivor list. We also know that a lot of her neighbors and the people that live in the same row are actually in the same boat. And I think, because the kibbutz is so close to Khan Yunis, which is the easiest entry point, I think they target that community. I don't think they realize that what we're talking about is people in their late 70s, mid-late 70s and mid-late 80s that find themselves, it's unwell people with severe medical conditions. They take cancer patients with them. They take demented people with them. They take young kids and babies with them. And we know, she had a hip replacement not long ago. So it is not that she can run far or run away or be anywhere hiding. If she is not in her safe room at home, probably we can assume that she is inside Gaza, being held somewhere. This is where we as humans need to ask ourselves where the dial falls in terms of what is okay and what is not okay, what is normal, what is not normal, what we agree, what we not agree. And I think this is my plea for every government and everyone standing here in the first world, saying this is not acceptable. This is beyond what we accept as a valid conflict. Of course, there is atrocities going on both sides. Of course, it's difficult on both sides. Of course, there is disagreement. But if we try to resolve something on the back of 80 years old people, we have a Holocaust survivor. There is a lady who's been on the kinder train all the way to London, and she is now there. If she won't get her statins, you won't be here for too. This is just, I think, gone to a level that is unprecedented. And I think people in Israel probably believe in humanity a bit more than they should. And this is why it happened.
The savage attacks that Hamas perpetrated against innocent Israelis are mind-boggling, slaughtering families in their homes, massacring hundreds of young people at an outdoor festival, kidnapping scores of women, children, and elderly, even Holocaust survivors. Hamas terrorists bound, burned, and executed children. They are savages. Hamas is ISIS. And just as the forces of civilizations united to defeat ISIS, the forces of civilization must support Israel in defeating Hamas.